Hey guys, I'm Jordan Winter, and you're watching No Free Lunches. Today we're here in Lawrence, Kansas, checking out the best breakfast spots. Rise and shine.
Oh my.
I'm here at the Roost on the 900 block of Massachusetts Street in downtown Lawrence, Kansas. The Roost is known for classic diner fare with a twist, like their Eggs Benedict specials or, my personal favorite, their potato pancakes. Join me as I sit down with chef and co-owner Sean Jolly to get the scoop on one of Lawrence's hottest brunch spots. Hey Sean, thanks for having us in today.
Hey, thanks for coming in.
So I really wanted to start off by asking you, what do you think is the most valuable tool in your kitchen?
Our staff, our baker, Marissa back there, who is magic. Doesn't have the biggest space, at least not as much as we'd like to give her. But you know, she does wonderful things coming out of there. I've got Mauricio down here. Brad, who's been here for almost since we've been open. He's just shy of a couple months. So close. And then without these guys and the other people who you don't see right now, we wouldn't be doing this right now. It wouldn't be happening. So, very fortunate.
Hey, so this is where the magic happens, huh?
If you want to call it magic, I'll take that. Like I said, without these guys, without the help we have here, we wouldn't get anything accomplished. If you're talking about small wares and whatnot, everybody's favorite thing is our butter wheel. It's very simple, spreading butter evenly. Makes our sandwiches nice and golden, crispy English muffins.
Nice.
Second to that, I would definitely say having good saute pans, our Teflon pans. Switch them out a couple times a year just to make sure they're nice and slick. We don't have anything sticking in there because that can really ruin your day.
Sometimes the best things are the basics.
Yeah, absolutely.
What is like one of the most valuable tricks that you've learned making breakfast for thousands of people?
Patience. Breaking as many eggs as we do. You're bound to break some yolks when you don't mean to. You know, you can have an egg explode in your poaching pot. Just learning your patience, learning to take your time, doing it right. That's the most valuable thing I think I've learned and I try to express to everybody else.
Do you think breakfast is a genre of food or a time at which you eat the food?
Breakfast is definitely a genre. I mean, you can eat breakfast any time of day and it makes sense, whereas I think for most people, you don't want to wake up in the morning and get you a nice big porterhouse. That's not what people are looking for. I mean, the best thing I can think of is you go out late, you go to the bars maybe, and you close it down, and then, you know, you're not going to go, like I said, go get a steak or something like that. You end up at Perkins or IHOP or a diner or someplace like that, and you're getting pancakes and French toast and eggs. It's just comfort food, it's familiar, it's easy to eat, and it's relatively fast to make. I kind of lean towards the things that you don't find in a lot of places around here. The chorizo and eggs, the campfire breakfast, it's a nice vegetarian option. The potato cakes, which I think we have coming as well. Something that I remember ordering from Paradise Cafe years ago and loved them. You know, nobody else had them, so I said, hey, I'll do it myself, why not? So yeah, but I mean, everything that we make back there seems to be pretty popular. It all sells.
Yeah, well, I feel like it's such a good combination between, you know, there's like the traditional Eggs Benny, which is also coming out, and then all of these more unique, like modern options, like the potato pancakes.
Yep.
How do you guys like find the balance between, I don't know, taking these traditional breakfast options and putting your own twist on?
You know, I just looked at see what everybody else, you know, what the other options were that were out there, and you have to have your staples. You know, the Kansan is basic breakfast you get anywhere else. You got your potatoes, your proteins, eggs, toast. So, you know, that's a staple everywhere. And then kind of thinking of breakfast options that
I brought the whole like variety of jams.
Oh, this is perfect.
For your pleasure. Sean has for me packed.
So can you tell us a little bit about the Kickstarter that helped get this place to where it is today?
The Kickstarter was to help raise money for the new hood system that had to go back in the kitchen. We had a small section that was in the old kitchen we used as well, but it was an expense that we kind of didn't really foresee, didn't expect to be as much as it was. So we used the Kickstarter, and reached out to the community, and it was fantastic. We had a really warm reception. It worked out really well. We were able to raise the money, obviously, and it was just a great way to kind of spread the word and get the bug in people's ears, so they kind of knew what was coming, and what we were about, and what we were going to be doing. And it was fantastic. We had a nice little party down at Louise's upstairs. Kind of help raise awareness for it.
That's what's great about downtown. I feel like it's so easy to have those community ties because everybody's like in such close proximity with each other. Mm-hmm. So how's your corned beef?
Oh, it's great. We start with just 2 pieces of corned beef brisket. We slow cook it in the back. It's brined already. So we start from a whole piece there. We don't buy anything that's already pre-cut, sliced up. I think the thing that kind of makes this unique and different what you find in a lot of places is instead of kind of the mashed stuff you'd find in a can you can buy at the grocery store, you see it a lot of diners, which there's nothing wrong with that. But you know, you got larger chunks of corned beef, the potatoes, onions, peppers. It's seasoned well. It's something a little more hearty, a little more, you know, something you can eat with a fork and knife as opposed to something just kind of scooping up.
And can you tell us a little bit about these hand pies? Because I know that you kind of switch up the ingredients, whether that's seasonal or just, you know, with whatever the chefs are feeling.
The hand pies, these are an invention, a creation of our baker back there, Larissa. And when we opened, we just kind of gave her free reign to do whatever she wanted. Like I said, this was her idea. I think it's a great little thing. It's a nice little handheld. You can take it to go if you want, eat it in the car, eat it on the run. She switches out the ingredients. Usually we have something that has meat in it, something that's vegetarian. Sometimes they're sweet, often they're savory. So, you know, you really have options with them. You can come in daily and get something different.
Yeah. So this one has the sweet potato, beets, and goat cheese. Is that right?
That's correct.
I'm just gonna give the viewers a little look on the inside. Oh, and that's beautiful too. I love that color. I love goat cheese, and it's got that mix between the sweetness of the beets and the tanginess of the goat cheese, so it's a really good combo. So I'm definitely a creature of habit, and whenever I come here, the potato pancakes is my go-to. I'm usually torn between getting something that I know is always going to be good and like being experimental and getting something new, but this is what I always end up with. I'd like to hear more about how you guys first came up with this, and it's just got that richness to it, like beyond the potato. I know there's a little bit of cheese in there as well.
Yeah, there's Swiss cheese and some sour cream in there, and butter, because butter makes everything better. Yeah, it is definitely one of the more popular items. They're pretty quick and easy to make, so that makes it easier on us. We can crank them out pretty quick. I stole a recipe from Paradise Cafe. I didn't.
Like it tastes like it's from Paradise.
It is. I didn't blatantly plagiarize it, although mostly. They did have a cookbook, and again, like I said, that was just one of the places that I was thinking about this town had been lacking something unique like that, and so wanting to do something similar. And that was one of my favorite dishes there. So I had their recipe, and I doctored it slightly to make it more of our own. But I mean, credit where credit is due.
Yeah.
That was the inspiration and damn near the same recipe.
That's awesome. Yeah. So I know you guys also have vegetarian gravy on the weekends. How do you decide what other specials you allow?
At least with the Benedict, I've been trying to rotate every other week with something that's vegetarian, something that's not, so we kind of leave our options open. That, you know, again, depends seasonally. If I can get some great produce in here, I'll work with that. If I can get something fun from Michael over at Meat LLC, I'll work with that. You know, the rest of the week, Thursdays, we have quiche every Thursday, and same kind of thing that just kind of rotates through with what we have available. Mondays, we do different kind of pancake. Tuesday, Wednesdays, kind of up for grabs, kind of free for all. We often do a hash brown casserole that has different kind of ingredients in it, usually vegetarian as well, so come back for that. It sells quick. We sell that pretty fast. I'm happy with it. I like to be creative. I like to try to get outside of my comfort zone, try new things, because what's the point of doing the same thing over and over again? It's not gonna grow if you just keep doing that.
Exactly, and that's the fun thing with food is, especially as a chef, I'm sure you can just experiment with it and see what works, and then maybe come up with some really genius inventions. Thanks so much for letting us sit down today and tour the back of the house.
My pleasure.
To check out more breakfast spots, head over to nofreelunches.co, where we cover the Levy Cafe, Wake the Dead, and Ladybird Diner. Stay up to date by following us on Instagram and subscribing to our YouTube channels. Links are in the description. Thanks for watching.